Hey y'all, tonight I want to talk about real estate. Whew! My experience in the real estate business. Bought a house one time, paid on it for 2 years. I worked all kinds of side jobs. I worked on Saturdays. I bought and sold equipment. I worked on the weekends for farmers. I did all kinds of things to pay for this house. I built pallets at night and sold them. I did all kinds of stuff. I bought and sold farm equipment. I did all this stuff to pay on a house. Sacrifice, did all this stuff, sold a lot of my personal belongings that I had for years to pay for this house. Just to have it sold out from under me. I quit my 9 to 5 job. Me and my woman split up. Her family didn't like it that I quit that 9 to 5, or it was actually 7 to 5. They didn't like that I quit that steady job to go back out on my own, and they basically disowned me. And then I had this crazy guy that I delivered to right after I got my business started back. I'm talking about like 3 weeks into it, January 16th at 4:19 p.m. in Tennessee. This guy, I'm not gonna get into that, but he pretended I hit him. I didn't hit him. That's a whole nother video. But anyway, he sued me for $400,000. Told the cops that I hit him in my truck. It was all a bunch of garbage lies. I got arrested for that. So I was at a really down time. Then I had a mental breakdown because I got arrested for something I didn't even do. So yeah, I was going through this time, and me and her split up, had the mental breakdown, got arrested for something I didn't do, had a mental breakdown, like 3 major things happening to me at once. And my mother-in-law at the time comes to me in the hospital, and while I'm in the hospital, like literally in the hospital, and has a stack of papers for me to sign away the rights to the house that I paid for, that I worked so hard to pay for. For those 2 years, I did all of that sacrificing to pay for this house and pay down equity on it, and gain equity on it because it was going up in value all the time. And so I lost everything that I paid on it. Everything that I paid on it was gone. Like I was renting. And this is a nice house in a nice area. So everything that I paid on it, gone. They conned me in and stole it from me. And then I get out of the hospital and I have to go sign some more papers. I was like, look, I don't care. If y'all want to take it from me, if I was weak at the time. I was like, if you want it that bad, you can just have it. You can have it. So I signed them. So then I get out of the hospital. I have to go meet with the realtor and all this junk. I have more papers to sign. And then they say I owe money. These fools, they're going to see this. I don't care. They were fools. They were fools, y'all. They listened to the real estate agent, and she told them, we should just sell, They just wanted to get out from under it. Well, dumb. The real estate agent does not care. My friend told me this that I used to work for. He said, Jared, that agent does not care. I know there's some agents that do. I'm not knocking the ones that do. But this particular case, they do not care. They just want a guaranteed sale. They're going to make a good commission either way. If they make an extra $1,000 or $500 or whatever it is, if they sell it for more, that doesn't really matter to them. They're going to make a commission on both sides of that. They just want to make the deal. These fools sold this house for less than we even owed on it. And I get out of the hospital after I had all this crazy stuff happen to me. After I get this $10,000 lawyer bill. After I have all this stuff. I just started my business back up. Split up with a woman. I'm talking about total kick down, curb stomp. Just like, oh, you got to be kidding me. And then they steal a house from me. And then I have to pay more money to get rid of it. Like, unbelievable, y'all. Unbelievable. Some will say, Jared, you shouldn't have made that video. Well, they shouldn't have done this to me, and then I wouldn't be having to make this video now. Like, I just want the whole point of this story, telling what happened to me, is I just want y'all to not always listen to the real estate agent, okay? They're not always right. Use your common sense. They're not always right. They're not always out for you. There are good agents. I know some agents, y'all. I like the good ones. But I'm just saying, the agent's not always out for you, okay? They're out for their guaranteed commission sale. Boom. You know, that's what they're after. You know, not all of them. I'm not going to get some negative comments, but look, I'm saying, my other point of this story is, do not make a rash decision when you're angry. Don't make a decision like that when you're angry. It was so dumb. Like, me and that woman, we've been together ever since. We never split up. I've never seen anybody else. I've talked to some others. I've never seen anybody else. She ain't never seen nobody else. Like, we still, nothing changed. But then her parents bought a house in Evansville, caused me to be homeless, and split our family up. I don't get to see my kids as much anymore. And I went through absolute hell for all these years after that. And I had to drive, and I was homeless for a while. Had to sleep in semi, had to sleep in my pickup truck. Had to sleep in hotels, like, until I saved up money and bought this place and started all over. Okay, another point to the story is, guys, gals, protect yourself. Okay, I bought this house back for $1 from her, okay? Just so, and got a lawyer to write it up, because I don't want that to happen to me again. I do not want to get, basically $30,000 stolen from me again. That's just the equity I paid down on it. Okay, that's not counting how much more that house was worth at the time. Like, so if you count how much more that house was worth at the time, it's more like $50,000 that I had my in-laws steal from me and my woman at the time. Like, basically, okay, I lost $50,000. The house now is worth even more than that. So you could probably bump it up to more like $80,000 that I missed out on and had stolen from me. So, okay, whatever you do, don't always listen to the real estate agent. Don't always listen to your family. Do not always listen to them. Use your common sense. Look at the big picture. And do not make decisions when you're mad. Don't do that. Don't make decisions when you're mad. And don't try to bust up somebody's family that's none of your business. And don't let your family ruin your family, okay? If you have a family, if you have a husband, wife, and kids, that is your family. And don't let your mom and dad, don't let your aunt and uncle, don't let your cousin, don't let this ruin this, okay? Keep it together. If you have something beautiful, keep it together. That is your family. If you have a wife and kids, if you have a husband and wife, that is your family. Not all these other people anymore. So don't let your family ruin your family. All right, y'all. This is something that has bothered me, and I've had to forgive for being stolen from like that, and from somebody coming in the hospital and having me sign away my rights to a house that I paid on and worked my butt off to pay for. So that is just my experience in the real estate business. Do not listen to an agent that's just hungry for a sale, okay? Look at the big picture. hey, don't sell it to the first person that looks at it. Price it high. Make wise decisions. Don't make decisions when you're angry. You know, they made decisions when they were angry at me for quitting my 9 to 5 and starting a business. But it turned out great, y'all. It turned out great. When I quit, I went through the lawsuit, did all that junk. It got me closer to God. I get a job. I'm making $90,000 a year. I made over double what I made working at that other job. So yeah, and then I start my own business again, and you know, it's all good. And I got to meet Kevin Kennedy and be good friends with him. Kev's got you covered. You know, got his books here now. So it all turned out good, but I still have problems some days working with completely forgiving the people that stole and separated me from seeing my kids as much, and have forced me to drive for years. Like, I want to send them a $50,000 bill in fuel. I've probably spent $10,000 a year in fuel, and spent let's see, I've spent like 4 to 8 hours a week driving up there to see them. So yeah, it's really hard for me not to send them a bill for that. It was hard for me not to get a lawyer and fight that and try to get recompensated for coming to me while I'm at a weak state of mind in the hospital to have me sign away my rights. Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm venting. This is my therapy. But hey, for real, I want y'all to learn. Do not always listen to the real estate agent. They don't always know what they're talking about. And do not make decisions when you're mad, like what they did. And, you know, do not let your family ruin your family. All right. Hope this helps some of y'all. Talk to you soon.